All right, let's start another franchise. Let's talk about the Cloverfield movies, starting with Cloverfield, which came out in 2008. And this was directed by Matt Reeves, who recently did The Batman, which everyone is praising. I kind of liked it. I didn't think it was a masterpiece or anything, but I liked it. He did the Planet of the Apes movies, and he did Let Me In, that remake of that one movie, Let the Right One In. And this is written by Drew Goddard, who did The Cabin in the Woods and World War Z, and then he went on to direct that Bad Times, that El Royale movie, which I kind of liked. I remember liking that movie quite a bit. And yeah, so Cloverfield, top five found footage movie in my opinion. I really love it. And let's get into it. What is this movie about? It is about a group of New Yorkers celebrating this guy's promotion. And then in the middle of their celebration, a creature invades New York and the army gets involved and they're just documenting their survival. And so, yeah, it's found footage. And if you don't like found footage movies, I guess you're not going to like this, but give it a shot. I highly recommend it. So getting into the positives, I like how the movie opens. I like that it's like, U.S. property. Like this is footage that was actually found. So this really is found footage. Literally is footage that was discovered by the U.S. government, and now we're just watching this tape. And I love that they decided to make this found footage. That this is a found footage take on a giant alien invasion movie. This could have just been like any other giant alien invasion movie shot normally, but it's not. I love that this is found footage, and because it just makes it seem more real. You feel like you're there with them, like you're in their shoes and you're just going through this hell with them, this very heart racing journey out of Manhattan. And it feels more real because there's no music. If there was a score to the film, it would just kind of take you out of it and remind you that, hey, this is a movie. And, so the fact that there's no music, it just kind of adds another layer of realism to it. And I love the huge budget scope and feel. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of action sequences, a lot of creatures and buildings falling over, explosions, the army just shooting missiles at this thing. Like it's a huge budget film. I like that at first you only catch little glimpses of the monster. They don't just show it right away. You just catch little sightings of it, just little parts of it, like walking between buildings. And I liked the addition of the little creatures that are like rolling off of the back of this giant creature, like all the little babies that are on the ground running through the streets and the tunnels attacking the people, just adding another threat to the film. I thought all the performances were pretty solid. I thought TJ Miller, the comedian, he's in this movie. I thought his character was pretty funny, so you get some humor in here. That might make or break it for you. Like, it might seem like it's a little unbelievable how funny he's being in moments. Like, is this really the right time to be kind of cracking jokes? But I liked it. I liked his humor. It was working for me. I was chuckling quite a bit at him. This movie is very just gripping and very entertaining from the moment the invasion starts. There's tons of great set pieces. It's just an awesome spectacle. And it's heart racing. It's got some cool moments and like the Statue of Liberty's head rolling down the street. Like there's some awesome visuals here. And the CGI doesn't even look that bad for a 2008 movie, but they had $25 million to work with, so it helped. But the movie is not flawless or anything. I love it, but it has some little issues or just, little nitpicks I have. Like a lot of found footage movies, you find yourself questioning why they're filming still, but you just gotta look past it. But yeah, I was questioning, like, okay, why is this guy filming this and why is he filming that? Like, at what point do you put the camera down and just start running? Like, do you really need to film all this? Like, it's just a little ridiculous. And I wish that the first 15 minutes, the setup of the movie, could have been done a little better. I don't know. I just found it a little dull. But I don't know. I just wish it would have played out a little differently. And I wish that the creature would have been shown a little less until the ending. I would have preferred if they didn't do the editing they do here with splicing little snippets from a month before between Beth and Rob. Like they keep showing little snippets of what happened a month before every now and then. Like, how is this even possible? I thought we're watching unedited tapes, but now it seems edited. Like, who did that? And last little nitpick, and I'm sure a lot of people might have this complaint, and that is that it does feel kind of forced, these people joining Rob on his like suicide rescue mission. Especially like Marlena and TJ, I feel like realistically they would have been like, you go do your thing, we're going this way. Like he's running towards chaos and the creature to go save his girlfriend, and they're all like, all right, I guess we'll join you. I mean, they're protesting at first, but not enough. Realistically, I don't think they would have joined him. It seems a little forced. But still, it's just a little nitpick. It doesn't hurt my viewing experience. So final thoughts, this is a terrific, huge budget found footage film that is a must see if you're a fan of these kinds of movies. It's not very shaky, doesn't abuse that camera glitch trope. But you will question why they're filming some of these things at times and why they're not just putting down the damn camera. But if you can just look past that, I think you'll enjoy this journey with these guys through New York much more. So when it comes to Cloverfield, despite the few little nitpicks and complaints I have, I still love it. I give it 4.5 out of 5. All right, so spoiler discussion. One of my first notes is Sean Kingston music. I heard his song in the background and it reminded me that he used to be a thing. Like I forgot all about him. Where did he go? Does he still make music? Remember Sean Kingston music? It used to be on the radio all the time when I was a kid. So they're celebrating his promotion, and his ex, or his best friend that he fucked one night and now hasn't talked to in a few weeks, shows up at his party, and with her new boyfriend, who was Richie from Friday the 13th remake, and the other lady, Lily, is the nurse from the Evil Dead remake. So we got a lot of actors from horror remakes in here. And so, yeah, I love that when they find out that Rob and Beth fucked at one point a month ago. Lily's like, don't tell anyone, Hud. And Hud, played by T.J. Miller, just starts going around to everyone at the party going, hey, did you know Rob and Beth fucked? Just being an asshole. And then, they think there's an earthquake, so they go outside, and then Lady Liberty's head just is rolling down the street, which is one of the most iconic scenes from the movie. I think it's like on the poster, or it's on the back of the cover at least. I think the poster is actually Lady Liberty without her head. And we see looting like almost instantly, which is true to life. I feel like that would happen. People would be looting right away, taking advantage of this situation, and then they all look at the creature on live television, and that's like the first good look you get at the creature. And then so they get to the Brooklyn Bridge, and then his brother Jason just gets killed like out of nowhere. This big ass like tentacle arm just comes and destroys the Brooklyn Bridge. And then we get this sad moment when he's on the phone with his mom, and he has to break the news to her that her son's dead, his brother is dead. And then we get this cool night vision scare in the subway tunnel. Turns on the night vision thing, and there's all those little creatures that came off of the mama creature. It's like they're all crawling on the ceiling, coming towards them. And at first, before that, they see all these rats running all in one direction down a tunnel. They're running away from something, but from what? And then we see what it is, and then Marlena gets attacked by one of these things, and it's like stabbing her in the back a bunch. And then the practical effects on her back, the wounds that are just like oozing blood, it looks pretty good. And then we find out that they were basically like planting eggs inside of her, and then her like eyes are bleeding, her mouth is bleeding. They take her behind like a tent, and then she like explodes. I think that was supposed to be her, right? Or maybe it was someone else, but we don't see her again from this moment on. So I'm assuming that was her that just exploded. Like the thing just bursted out of her. So it's very alien. So he gets a call from his girlfriend, a voicemail, and finds out that she's still alive and she's in her building trapped. A wall fell on her. And so now he's going on a rescue mission, a suicide mission, and they all join him. And when they get to her building, they see that her building is like collapsing. It's like tipping over, leaning up against another building. So they have to climb up to the roof of the one building that it's up against, and then, or actually get to a certain level and then go onto the roof of the building that's like tipped over. And of course they reach Beth, and she's still alive, but she's impaled on some rebar, and they take her out of there. And there's one of those creatures like 40 floors up. Like, really? Did it chase them up there? Like, why is there a creature all the way up there? Did it hear them? I don't know. It just seems a little silly that there's a creature that high up in this building, of all buildings. I don't know, like, how many are there? So anyways, yeah, they get on a chopper, and they see the creature below getting like bombed by like a stealth bomber, and Hudson's like celebrating, like, yeah, we got it. And then it comes out of the smoke and it attacks the helicopter, and it's about to crash. And Hud's reaction is so genuine. He's like apologizing to God and Jesus. He's like, I'm so sorry, God. Like, I feel like that's something I would probably be saying in that situation. And so then they survive the helicopter crash somehow, just them. I don't even think the helicopter pilots survived, but they did, all 3, 4 of them. I think it's just 3 of them at this point, because the Lily got separated. She's on a different helicopter, and she might have survived the movie for all we know. But yeah, Hud, he gets eaten by the creature and then spit back out. And, so we get like a look at the inside of the creature for a couple of seconds, and then, because he gets swallowed up with the camera in his hand, and then he falls out with the camera. And then Beth and Rob take the camera, and they're hiding in the bridge. And then you hear like the siren from like the Purge franchise going off, like there's a nuke about to go off or something. And then the bridge collapses on top of them, and somehow the tape survived. And I'm guessing humanity survived as well, if the government was able to go into Central Park and recover this tape and now show it to us, and for some reason edit the footage from April into the current May footage. I don't know why that had to be done, but yeah, so humanity, I guess, won in the end, but Rob and Beth are more than likely dead. So it's kind of a bummer of an ending, but that's realism. They would more than likely die, So, but yeah, terrific movie. What are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know in the comments below. Where does it sit in your found footage ranking? Let me know. It's top 5 easily for me. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's all an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.